watching Hillbilly Luxury.
All right, tonight I'm going to pit two watch brands against each other. We got San Martin and we got Seiko. Now, I know what you guys are saying here. You know, there's a bunch of people that are hating on Seiko. I'm just joking with you. There's a bunch of people hating on San Martin. Now, I know, where it's a Chinese knockoff clone company, whatever you want to say. But we're going to look at quality for quality because these watches are falling in the same price category. And we're going to see what you get for the money. So let's take a look. All right, we're going to start off here with the Seikos because everyone's heard of a Seiko. Seiko used to be that one watch brand that you got a lot of bang for your buck. Okay, you got a lot of watch for not a lot. I mean, it just ain't like that no more. I mean, now you're looking at these prices and I'm just like, whoo, buddy, I'm telling you, Seiko, you're stretching for your prices here. But anyways, we're going to start off with this monster here. Now, this is one now, I think they've gone up a little bit in value now because, you know, this is a discontinued model. So I'm thinking this is still around $400 here. And I mean, you look at the bracelet, this is a well-used example. You know, this used to be my grandfather's watch. He wore it every day. You know, and I inherited it. So, you know, this is a cherished piece. I don't ever plan on getting rid of it. So we're gonna try to get a good look at that dial. And let's see the level of quality. See, we've got some scratches on there on that like a hard Lex crystal. So it's not sapphire. So you're not getting sapphire for your $400 here. All right, let's see this bezel action here. It's decent. I mean, that's a good bezel action. It's better than some of the very expensive watches I've felt. Definitely not as good as a Tudor. The Black Bays, man, I'm telling you, got the best bezel action you'll ever feel in your life. Go try one out sometime. So now we're going to look here at this turtle. Now this turtle here is on a it's on a Jubilee. I don't think they're called that anymore because you know, Rolex gets their panties in a wad every time you say something that they think that they own. So I'm pretty sure Strap Code calls it well, I don't know what they call it now, to be honest with you. I'm probably going to order another one. I'm thinking about getting an in-mill bracelet for the monster because, I mean, these bracelets are all right, but, I mean, look what you're getting for your money. I mean, this here is a stamped clasp. I mean, you know, standards, you know, and look at one of the worst diving extensions you ever seen in your life. They put it on this end, and the only way to open it is from underneath. And then you have a hook bill you got to go up and over with it. It's you know, for a long time I didn't even know it existed on there. I didn't know what that was, you know. So yeah, it's just not a very practical diving extension or micro adjustment. It's just there. This one's more practical, you know, even though you only get three holes here. You only get 3 holes of adjustment, but still it's you know, it's all right to size it whenever you dial it in. And with the Jubilee, the small links, once you get it in there, you ain't got to mess with it no more. But yeah, I mean, I recommend if you get one of these turtles, yeah, get you one of these strap code bracelets. It's a good bracelet. Real durable for the money. It's got good flex to it, too. You want good flex in a Jubilee. Now, I know some Jubilees, the old ones, after they're worn out, they hang like a wizard sleeve, but you want these here to have a little bit of a drape to them. That's what gives that comfort on your wrist. So when you're doing the old wiggle, you know, you're not digging your crown into your wrist. Now, we're going to take a look here at the San Martin. Now, I've had this San Martin for a couple of years here, and man, let me tell you something. This watch is cheaper than either one of these. And don't get me wrong, these are good dive watches, but I'm telling you, I'm about to show you something here. I want you to look at the level of quality. And you're getting a sapphire crystal. You're getting some high-level finishing. Look at that. Look at those hands. You know what I mean? Like, let's see. Let's see if I can get in here in the macro shot. I mean, look at that level of finishing you're getting. Now, I know what you're saying. Oh, it's Chinese, a Chinese brand. But, you know, let me tell you something. 100% honesty here. This bracelet is fantastic. This bracelet, nowhere near as good as this. This right here, it feels such high quality. I'm telling you. You look at that clasp. Good snap. I mean, and I've not had it pop open on me. And I'm telling you, and I held over the weekend when I went and got my my Tissot chronograph, which I'm going to be doing a full review on soon. But while I was over there, they were kind enough to pull out a real 18 karat gold Rolex Oyster Perpetual, which is what, or a day-date Oyster Perpetual, which had the original presidential bracelet, which is what this is. That would be a presidential style. If you don't know, this is a Jubilee style. This is the Oyster, the president style. But anyways, I had the original in my hand, and the bracelet wasn't as nice as this San Martin. And I'm 100% honest here. The links were stiff. Like, you see how you do that right there? You get all that, look at that. How all that right there just crumbles up on itself. The Rolex was stiff. It was like getting caught up on itself. And then when you would let it hang, you let the bracelet hang, it would have kinks in it that would stay. They'd stay. You had to kind of pull them out. Now, I don't know if it has something to do with those, because I know that they changed the links to having ceramic tubes in there to prevent stretch, because those solid gold bracelets over time were very bad about stretching, and you'd have your dang links spread so far apart, it would hang like an accordion. And I've seen some of those in really bad condition. Old day-dates. But I'm telling you, this in hand, this feels like a higher quality bracelet than what Rolex had. And I mean, that's astonishing. That's astonishing. Now, I know, you know, the brand San Martin, they put a lot of pride in their watches. You know, they put a lot of effort in it. You know what I mean? But people hate on them because it's a homage, you know. Obviously, this looks like a date just. But then also you're getting that presidential style bracelet, which, to be honest with you, I couldn't afford a presidential style bracelet watch. If I wanted a Rolex president, I couldn't afford it. It's just a bottom line. I mean, I probably never will be able to afford one comfortably. And I ain't going to buy one if I can't afford it comfortably. If I'm not loaded rich, I'm not going to buy one. But that shouldn't exclude me from being able to enjoy this style of comfort and watch. And just the look. I like the look of it. And everyone's, you know, got their own preferences. If you don't like it, you don't like it. But that shouldn't stop me from being able to enjoy it, you know. And everyone wants to hate on the prices, you know. It's like, yeah, these are very cheap. This was like $300 for this watch. And it's like, don't hate the player, hate the game. China's the one that lets lets companies hire employees at such a low wage that they can drive the prices down. But, you know, that's a whole economic thing, you know. That has nothing to do with the company. You know what I mean? If they're producing high-quality products, then you can't hate on them. And when these guys right here, they're producing high-quality products. It's a no-brainer. This has the PT5000 in it. I've not had any problems with it. It runs great. It winds good. Listen. See, it sounds good. It winds smooth. It's not gritty. Screw down crown. That's it. So let's see if it's loud when it winds. No, it's not really. I mean, my PRX is a lot louder. But you can hear it giving a little spin with that Valjoux in there. But yeah, there's nothing wrong. And you know, for the price, I'm more than willing to try out this here San Martin, this PT5000. and see how long it lasts, you know, for the money. I mean, I trust Seiko. I've trusted Seiko for a long time, and it can't be that hard. It's not rocket science to build a, you know, a good movement, a good watch movement. And I've heard that these PT5000s can really stand the test of time, and they really can stand up, you know, and hold time with the big dogs. So let's put it on wrist here, because this is another factor. Is this is a 40. This is a 40 millimeter case shape. So you know, and I've never experienced that. See, I had a real Rolex Datejust, or I mean Oyster Perpetual date. And, you know, I got the feeling of that case, but this let me experience the larger case, because, you know, you see these different case shapes, and, you know, some of them look kind of ridiculous, you know. I think anything, you know, bigger than a 40 on a Datejust or President, I just don't think it looks right. 41, I don't think it. Maybe it's just the wrist that it's on, you know what I mean? Like, maybe it's sometimes those guys just got too skinny a wrist and they're wearing just too big of a watch. But I feel like this watch fits my wrist really well. And we're going to take a look at the turtle here. Now, the turtle's a behemoth, even on me. I will say that. Everybody talks about turtle replacing SKX and stuff, but I'm telling you, you can wear the turtle, but that's a big watch. You know what I mean? You look at it. That's a hoss. But I do love the turtle. I haven't worn this one in a while. I need to get her out and take her out for a trip. But yeah, let's do some loom shots here, you know? Let's do that. Let's see, because I know, you know, Seiko's got that infamous loom, and I will stand beside Seiko on its loom. It's got some of the best luminescent material money can buy. So let's fire these babies up. All right, and here they are, all lit up and glowing. So here's the monster on the end, the turtle in the middle, and the San Martin on the end. So we look at them here, and you know, you can see obviously a color difference. But you know, the San Martin, it's definitely not as bright, but it holds on. You know, I mean, it's comparable to other Swiss brands that I've seen, you know, I think like Tag Heuer, and I mean, probably, I'd say probably Tudor. It probably holds up there with Tudor, because I know even Tudor doesn't stand up against Seiko's loom. So now that we got a little bit of a loom shot here, let's take it back. So in closing, I'm going to leave you off with this. You look at the prices of these watches here. San Martin might have a reputation, you know, people hating on it for being a homage company, but a lot of other brands do it. Seiko has made homages in the past of Datejusts and stuff. And Bulova even made a President, the Bulova Date. Look at it, over almost $1,000 for those things. I mean, homages are homages, and they offer you an opportunity to get into a design and a style and a look, because like I said, this offers me a Datejust look with a President style bracelet, which, you know, you could never get that with Rolex. I mean, unless you wanted to buy the bracelet separately, which cost a small fortune. But I don't need, you know, the day of the week at the 12 o'clock position. So for me, this is more of a clean look. And I mean, look at that mother of pearl. Oh, I love those colors. You get that purple and the green and the magentas in there. Whew. Man, that is just a gorgeous watch. And the quality's there. It's there. No denying it. Seiko is always going to be a staple, though. You know, Seiko has always been, it has a special place in my heart. It was my first watch I ever bought as a kid. So, you know, Seiko used to be that go-to. You know, now it's like they're moving up market. They're killing off their models and bringing them back, like the Seiko SKX. You know, bringing it back with less water resistancy and a higher price tag. You know, and then and I really don't see any new models coming out from Seiko that I'm really interested in. Like, I'd love to have a tuna, but I can't see paying over $1,000 for a can of tuna. So, and then, you know, the San Martin here, they've got a lot of good looking watches for not a lot of money. You know, there's quite a few of them that I'm looking to pick up myself. I mean, got some chronographs, some divers, some explorer type watches that just look, they look really nice. And if they're anything like this, I'm 100% happy with this watch for the money. So, San Martin is kicking some serious ass. And I understand that it's also an economic thing. You know, China is probably, San Martin probably isn't paying their employees the same as Seiko's paying their employees because, you know, just China, you know, but that's a whole other thing. That's don't hate the player, hate the game. So, in closing, this is all a personal thing. If you don't like that, you don't like my decisions, you don't buy it. Put your money where you want. I'm not here to sway you in any direction. I'm here to be a completely honest, unbiased opinion. I paid my own money for these watches, except for this one, I inherited it. But these two watches right here, I paid almost a little bit more for this. I paid almost the same amount for these watches. And it's all personal opinion here. But I'm telling you, San Martin produces some quality here. So I plan on getting maybe a Pagani design, that Speedmaster. Check it out. I mean, they're so cheap. It's like, God, why not just buy one instead of that stupid moon swatch? I mean, that's not a real Speedmaster either. And I could save a lot of money. And you get a steel bracelet. So, anyways, thank you guys so much for all the subs. I mean, all my homies that are watching this right now, I appreciate it 100%. You know what I mean? Like, I just can't believe you guys enjoying the channel so much. I get nothing but positive comments. And I appreciate you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. And I want to continue to make content for you guys. And I always want to make it, you know, as lighthearted as possible. This is not supposed to be a serious hobby. People that want to make it serious, they're ruining it. Quit being so dang stuck up. You know, if you want to wear a San Martin, you want to wear a Timex, you want to wear a Casio, buddy, that's luxury. Luxury is dependent on what you see it as. It don't matter if it's a Casio or if it's an Audemars Piguet. You're getting money. Either way, it's a luxury. And that's what this channel is about. Hillbilly luxury. It ain't about the money. It's about how it makes you feel.